Very good morning, students. So today's session, I'm going to explain about the discounted cash flow techniques. These techniques are being used to evaluate the equity shares. So the valuation of equity shares starts with the single period valuation, expected rate of return calculation. All those the set of calculation we are going to study in this particular topic, discounted cash flow technique. So discounted cash flow technique is one of the method is being used in the fundamental valuation models. We call it as fundamental valuation models or fundamental equity valuation models. Okay. So the discounted cash flow gives the importance to the time value of money, where the calculation is being carried out to know about the price of such securities which are being traded in the market. We are establishing the intrinsic value of such securities based on the cash flow, based on the growth rate expected from the market, or the major parameter for determining the intrinsic value of such securities being traded in the market. So the discounted cash flow, the discounted dividend discount models, which are given here, the value of an equity share, which is equal to the present value of dividend expected from the ownership, plus the present value of sale price is expected when the equity share is being sold. So in this definition, you understand that what is the value of an equity share? The value of an equity share is equal to, it is identified, the present value of dividend expected. So the present value of dividend is expected, the dividend what expected from the particular share, it is multiplied 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power n. I can be able to know what would be the amount of dividend I have received, what would be the period I have received the dividend. Plus together, what I'm going to calculate, the selling price. It is expected. You can take the price you have received at the period, at the end of the period. So you are going to calculate the price at the beginning of the period. Price at the beginning of the period. So simply you can understand that. So this price at the end of the period is multiplied with 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power n. 1 plus r to the power n. So based on the rate of discount which is being allowed, or based on the expected rate of return from the market, it is being discounted, and we can be able to know that what would be the rate in which the equity shares are being or available in the market, or what would be the value of such equity shares in the market. So it is simply, it has been explained in this particular definition. So the single period calculation, single period return calculation model is the first one, which is explain the same, explain the above meaning. The value of equity share, which has been find out from the value of the present value of dividend received, it means the market price of such equity share in the market. So we can be able to identify. So here the variables are given like D1 is given, P1 is given, and R is given, and P0 is given. So at first, what you need to identify, understand what exactly these variables. So if you understand, then only you can be able to know that whatever the problem is given, you can be able to understand that particular problem. So the D1, it is a dividend which will be received at the end of the period. So it is dividend received at the end of the period. The end of the period. Okay. And what is P1? The market price of the security at the end of the period. Market price of the security or equity share at the end of the period is calculated. And what is all here is a rate of return. Rate of return, or what we call it as expected rate of return. Expected, we call it as expected ROR, expected rate of return from the market. P0 is a beginning price. P0 is a beginning price of such securities which are being traded in the market. Beginning price of such securities which are being traded in the market. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to take out the example based on that you can be able to understand what exactly the market value, what exactly the intrinsic value of such securities which are being traded in the market based out of the first formula. So I can say the dividend is declared by the company. Let's say, for example, if I can give a situation, you please understand dividend announced by the company or dividend declared by the company. Dividend declared or dividend paid by the company is 150 percentage. 150 percentage dividend is paid. The face value of equity shares given as 10 rupee. Market price at the beginning. Market price at the beginning. At the beginning. Market price at the beginning is given as uh, you can take market price at the end of the period because you are going to find out the beginning price or you are going to find out the intrinsic value based out of that. Market price at the end of the period is 120 rupees. And the rate of return expected return from the market by the investors about 10 percentage. 10 percentage of return is expected from the market. So in this particular problem, these values are given. So you need to understand what exactly these values. The dividend paid at the end of the period is B1. The face value is given, market price at the end of the period is given, what we call it as P1, and expected rate is given. So B1, P, and all the data is given in this particular problem. And assume that this particular period, the n is here, we can take it as 1 because it is going to be calculated for the particular period. Beginning period and the end period only we have taken. So I just have taken for 1 year. I just have taken for 1 year alone for this particular calculation for your understanding purpose. So how the P0 is calculated? The P0 is calculated on the basis of B1 divided by 1 plus r to the power n. 1 plus r to the power n is given. Here we can take the n is, and we can take it as what here exactly we have taken it as n is 1. N is 1 plus P1 divided by 1 plus r to the power n. 1 plus r to the power n. So this is the formula I will use to calculate the intrinsic value of such securities which are traded in the market. So based on the calculation, I have a data. So I'm going to just substitute the data for getting the result. So first, the dividend, I just calculate the dividend, the present value of dividend. So the dividend here, it is first the dividend needs to calculate because the dividend is given here as in terms of percentage the dividend is given. 150 percentage of dividend is declared. So normally the dividend is calculated out of face value. Kindly understand the dividend is declared out of face value. So the face value is 10 percentage. 150 percentage of 10 percentage 10 rupee is 15 rupees. So the dividend is declared by the company. It is 15 rupees the dividend is declared. So the dividend is 15 rupees divided by 1 plus r to the power n. N is 1. Here for one period only I am going to calculate. 1 year only I am going to calculate. It means 1 plus r here. What the expected rate of return from the market? 10 percentage. 10 percentage means 10 divided by 100. 10 divided by 100 is equal to 0.10. 0.10 to the power 1. So to the power 1 is normally the value is 1. So we can take as it is. So 1 plus 0.10, 1.10. It means 15 divided by 1.1. 15 divided by 1.1 plus you just take the price the price I have calculated. What is the price? The end period, the price is 120 rupees divided by 1 plus r to the power n. Here 1 plus r to the power n, which is also equal 1 plus 0.1 to the power 1. It means what? 120 divided by 1.1. 120 divided by 1.1. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take the values out of this, and I'm going to do the calculation. Okay. So one particular part, what we have taken here, 15 divided by 1.1. 15 divided by 1.1. So what the value is? 13.63636. It means what the value of dividend I will receive after 1 year is equal to the present value of 15 rupees is equal to the present value of 13.63. And I'm going to take 120 divided by 1.1. Means the market price at the end of the period is 120 rupee. So I'm going to take today the price is considered, the present value of market price is considered as 109 rupee, 109.0909 rupee. So what exactly the intrinsic value of this particular security is being calculated? What the dividend will be received, the present value of dividend plus present value of market price. So the P0 is equal to 122.7273 is a value in which that particular stock, the intrinsic value of such a stock is the value what we have calculated. P0 is calculated as a beginning price. P0 is calculated as a beginning price, or it's like its intrinsic value what we have calculated. So hope you understand what exactly this particular problem we worked out in that. P0 is calculated. Similar way, I'll just take one more problem in this particular sum, and we'll move on to the next type of problem. So the dividend paid by the company. Dividend paid by the company is 12 rupees per share, per equity share. It is declared as 12 rupees. And the market price at the end of the period is given as 150 rupees. You can take this 200 rupees market price at the end of the period. And the expected rate of return is given as 12%. Expected rate of return is given as 12%. You need to calculate the intrinsic value. So the similar way, what you are going to do the calculation, you are just calculate the dividend. The dividend is given as 12 rupee divided by 1 plus r to the power n is calculated for a 1 year. So as it is, I am taking 1 plus 12 divided by 100. 12 divided by 100 is 0.12. It means 1 plus 0.12 for dividend plus the market price. Market price is 200 rupee divided by 1 plus 0.12. 1 plus 0.12. It means a 12%. What I have calculated. So 12 divided by 1.12. 1.12 and 200 divided by 1.12. So you just have to add both the value, you can get the intrinsic value of the security which is being traded in the market. So here I just take the dividend and the price together. The P0 is equal to 189.28 rupees, the intrinsic value of the security, or the price at the beginning of the security. Price at the beginning of the security, or the present value of. So this is for the first one. The second one, in case if there is an increase in the growth rate, if it is happened over the period of time, the price, the dividend, which tend to change, which tend to increase over the period of time. Then what else the type of calculation we are going for? The P0 is calculated the D1 divided by R minus G when it is expected growth rate is given. When the expected growth rate is given. When expected growth rate is given in the problem. Expected growth rate here it is denoted as G, R is denoted as required rate of return, D1 is denoted as a dividend received at the end of the period, and the P0 is a market price at the beginning of the period. So these are the values which are given. So based on that, what you are going to estimate, you are going to estimate the intrinsic value, going to estimate the price of the security at the beginning of the period. So the P1 divided by R minus G, it is given. So based on that, we are going to do the calculation. Say for example, the dividend is declared by the company. Dividend is declared by the company, or the dividend has been paid by the company is 15 rupees, and the expected rate of return from the market it is 15%, and the expected growth rate from the market 8%. So this information is given. Like we don't know about the market price at the end of the period, but there is a growth rate which going to make changes on the price. There is a consistent growth of the market price which happens over the period of time. So that is what it is given, P0 multiplied 1 plus G. So there is a significant growth. There is a consistent growth which happens over the period of time. So if I have taken this, with this particular purpose I have taken, in this problem, the price at the end of the period is not given. If you assume that if the price at the end of the period is not given, then there is a growth rate will be given. So you need to calculate the market price. You need to arrive the intrinsic value of such securities which are being traded in the market based on the growth rate, based on the required rate of return is available in the market, based on the dividend declared by the for the securities, dividend declared for the securities. So based on the parameter, we have taken this particular problem. So here the dividend is 15 divided by R minus G. Here I just have taken the R is a return, it is given as 15%, and here the growth rate is given as 8%. It means 15 by 100 is 0.15 minus, and 8 divided by 100 0.08. So what the market price at the beginning it is calculated, or the intrinsic value of such securities which are calculated 214.28 rupees. 214.28 rupees. Okay. So this is the price in which we have calculated based on the expected growth rate. So similar to this, the next set of problem I just have given on the same one. If the dividend is declared by the company, you can take 10 rupees, the dividend is declared by the company, and the expected growth rate, or we call it as required rate of return from the market is 12%. Expected rate of return from the market is 12%. Expected growth rate is 10%. I can get it from the market, so I can calculate what would be the market price is expected. So the rate is given, the required rate of return is given. The required rate of return is 12%, can be written as 0.12 minus the expected growth rate is given as 10%, 0.10. Based on that, I just calculate, it comes P0 is 500 rupees. P0 is 500 rupees. So it is calculated based out of the values, it is available in the market. On the basis the expected growth rate, we can be able to estimate the price of such securities which are being traded in the market. The next one, expected growth rate. how the expected growth rate is calculated. When it is given, when in that the particular problem, the expected growth rate is given, based on that, you will work it out. You can be able to establish the intrinsic value. But in case the intrinsic value is given in that the particular problem, in case in the particular problem, intrinsic value is given, in that the particular problem, the dividend is given, in that the particular problem, the other data, what required the growth rate and the market price at the beginning is given, you need to estimate what is the rate of return is expected by the investor. It is based on the expected rate we can calculate. So it is a very simple to the previous one. Previously, we have calculated P0 is equal to D1 divided by R minus G. Simply, we are taking out the R, D1 divided by P0 plus G. D1 divided by P0 plus G. D1 divided by P0 plus G. You can calculate, you can take for this particular calculation. It be taking for this particular calculation. While we are taking this, how we are going to proceed, or how we are going to proceed over this one. So it is based out of the value what have been received is going to be calculated. A very simple thing. I'll just explain. In this particular problem, we are calculating the required rate of return. It is calculated when the dividend is given, like 20 rupee dividend is given. It's like 20 rupee dividend is given, and like the growth rate is given. In the particular problem, it is about the 15% the growth rate is given. P0 is given 150 rupees. P0 is given as 150 rupees. So we'll be taking this. We can just have, first we calculate P0 plus G. How we are going to that? P0 here, it is given as 150 rupees. G is 25%. G is 25% plus 25% plus 25%. So normally what we have here, we just have plus 25%, 25 divided by 100. 25 divided by 100 will be taken, or else you just have the numerator into a common by multiplying 100 with both the results. The same result only you are going to get. The 150 is going to be multiplied with 100. You may get 15,000 plus 25, 15,025 divided by 100. 15,025 divided by 100. Again, you are going to get 15.25, 150.25. Okay. So here will be calculated 20 divided by 150.25. 150.25 is equal to 20 divided by 150.25. So what the 13.31%, 13.31% is what the required rate of return from this particular problem. Required rate of return from this particular problem. So in this way, it is estimated. In this way, it is estimated. Okay. I just take the another one problem similar to the previous one. If the dividend is given like 50 rupees, if the growth rate is 20%, similar way, the growth rate is 20%, market price is 250 rupees. So in that particular problem, you need to estimate what exactly the rate is expected from the market. So it is the market price is 250 rupees plus the growth rate is given. The growth rate is given as, here it is given as 20%. The growth rate is given as 20%. So it is 20 divided by 100. 20 divided by 100. So the 20 divided by 100, we can take either it is to be calculated on 25,000 plus 20, 25,020 again divided by 100, you can get 250.20. 250.20. So this value is going to be divided with the value of dividend what you have received divided by 250.2. It is 19.98. 19.98 percentage is expected from the market for the particular security. For the particular security, it is expected from the market, so calculated from the expected rate of return. Similar way, the multi-period valuation is done. So the dividend for n number of period is given. The market price for the n number of period is given. We are going to calculate. We will just calculate what is the price at the beginning of the period. The price will be arrived. The price will be arrived at the beginning of the period. Okay. So if there is constant growth, there is a kind of different growth at the different period, the valuation is done. So what would be the price in which the securities are being traded in the market over the period of time? A similar way, this particular problem is carried out, the multi-period valuation. And the zero growth model is focusing on if the growth is not given. We assume that the growth is not given. So based on that, what we have only the expected rate of return from the market. So based on the expected rate of return from the market, we can estimate that what would be the rate or what would be the price, the value of that particular security available in the market. So this two calculation. So we'll take the first one. It is based on the dividend. Dividend will be received for the different period of time. It will be calculated. The market price we can take the different period. The market prices are available. So we'll be taking out the market prices compared with the current market price. Compared with the current market price. So we'll be adding, we'll be knowing that what would be the type of investment or what would be the kind of investment or the growth of that investment or value of that securities which are being traded in the market. It is being calculated. What calculating the different period of time. How the dividend that tend to change. For example, in that the problem 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. So these are the years and the dividend declared by the company is given. Like the dividend is given as 10 rupee, the dividend is given as 12 rupee, and the 8 rupee, the dividend is given, 14 rupees, the dividend is given. So the P0, it is calculated in the beginning. It is like end of 2017 or the beginning of 2018, it is calculated. The beginning of 2018, it is calculated for the dividend. The market price I can take. So I can have a market price. Say, for example, the market price at the end of the period is given. It means during the 2011 to 21, the market price of the security is 240 rupees. 240 rupees. So here what I'm going to find out, I'm going to find out what exactly the market price, what exactly the price in which it was traded in the market, in which it was traded in the market. What exactly or what exactly the present value of such securities which is being traded in the market. So the P0 is calculated based on the dividend. Dividend is divided. It means the discount is calculated 1 plus r to the power n. For the different period of time, it is calculated. So in that particular problem, one more information I just give. So it is the price. The price at the 4th year is given. So exactly it is 4th year is given. This is like the dividend declared at the end of the period P1, dividend declared at the 2nd year, dividend declared at the 3rd year, dividend declared on the 4th year. These are the dividends are given. And the price at the end of the period is given in this particular problem. So what you need to do, there is one more information. The R is given. The expected rate of return is given as 8%. Expected rate of return is given as 8% for this particular problem. Based on that, you need to work it out what exactly the growth rate, what exactly the value of the security in the market. So that I'm going to calculate the present value of dividend paid, the present value of dividend paid by the company. So the present value of dividend paid by the company, I'm going to calculate. I'm using the formula 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power n. 1 plus r to the power n I'm going to calculate. So in that, what exactly the 1 divided by 1 plus r. Here 1 plus r is 8%, 0.08 to the power 1. For the first year, it is to the power 1. So either you have mentioned or not mentioned the value that you have received. 0.925 is a discounting factor for the first year. Similar way, I'm going to do the discounting factor for the second year, third year, and fourth year. So the second year, the discounting factor calculated, and the third year, the discount factor is calculated, and the fourth year, the discount factor is calculated. So this is, I have used the formula 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power n. 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power n is the formula have been used for this particular purpose. And I'm going to calculate the present value of dividend. Present value of dividend. So the present value of dividend is calculated by the present value factor multiplied present value, the value of dividend which is received at the end of the period or in future. Is multiplied with the dividend received. So similar way for every year, whatever the dividend is received is multiplied with the discount factor. You have calculated what exactly the dividend which is realized at the beginning of 2018. So this dividend is paid at the end of 2018. But what actually the dividend has been paid in the beginning of the 2018 that I have calculated here. So these dividends are to be added together. These dividends are to be added together. Comes 36.18. 36.18 rupees is what the dividend, accumulated value of dividend. That's going to be added to the present value. On present value, what the dividend will be realized on the next 4 years, the value is equal to the present. It is 36.18 rupees. So it is the present value of dividend, and it is going to be calculated for the price it is available on 4 years later. What the price it is available in the market, it is to be calculated at the present Tn divided by 1 plus r to the power n. So it is again, it is going to be calculated on the factor, discount factor 1 divided by 1 plus r here is a 0.08, it's 8% to the power 4. I have a discount factor, so this discount factor is multiplied with the price what we have received at the end of the period. It comes 176.40 rupees is what the price. So the price. So here the intrinsic value is calculated based on the multiple values. The dividend, the present value of dividend plus the present value of market price of the security together, the 212 rupee 0.59 paise is what the intrinsic value of this particular security. Intrinsic value of this particular security. So it is calculated from this one. Okay. So this is one thing. I hope you understand how exactly the price is calculated. The price is calculated. One thing. The second one, same problem. I just take with the values. Like I can take from the years, or I can say it as a year dividend received, or I can take the dividend declared by the company. Dividend declared by the company, and the face value is given, and like the market price or the price at the end of the period is given, P of N is given, and the rate of return is expected from the market. So you can take the rate of return is expected from the market is 12%. 12%. So I can take the year 1, year 2, year 3, 4, 5 years. Dividend declared, it is like in terms of percentage, it is given 150%, 200%, 250%, 100%, 100%. And the face value is given for the security is 5 rupees. That remains constant for all the period. And the market price at the end of the period is given. Price at the end of the period is given. So it is, the market price is 500 rupees. So this all the data is given. So based out of this particular data, you are going to work out the problem. How you are going to work out the problem? So it is to be calculated. The dividend is going to be calculated. Dividend for the different period is going to be calculated. So I'll just take this particular column. The dividend is calculated for the first year. It is 150%. 100% is 5 rupees. 150% is 7.5 rupees. The dividend received. 7.5% is what the dividend received. 1.5 rupees dividend is received during the period. The second year it is 200%. It means 10 rupees received as a dividend. Third year 250%. It is about the 12.5 rupees received as a dividend. 5 rupee dividend, 5 rupee dividend, 100%. It is 5 rupee dividend, and the price is given and the return is given in this particular problem. I'm going to calculate the discount rate or the present value factor is calculated. The present value factor is calculated at the rate of 12%. It is given in the problem. I'm going to calculate the 12%. So it is calculated 1 divided by 1.12. It means 1 plus r to the power n. 1 plus 12 divided by 100. It is 1 plus 0.12. It is 1.12 to the power 1.12 to the power 1 for the first year. 1 for the first year. Similar way, I'm going to do the calculation for the rest of the years. So it is for the second year. It's for the second year. For the third year. For the fifth year. So it is given, the present value factor is given. And what we are going to do, we are just going to calculate the present value of dividend received. Present value of dividend received. Multiply the dividend received during the corresponding year, multiplied with the present value factor, will receive the dividend. It's calculated on the present value. So these are the value of dividend is received based on the present value. It means 1 year after you will receive the dividend of 7.5 rupee is equal to the dividend of 6.69 rupee at present value. So similar way it is calculated. So some of these values, you can have 29.58 rupees. The total value of dividend received is calculated on the present value. Similar way, what we are going to calculate the market price at the end of the period is given. It is P5 is given. So that you need to calculate what is the present value. So similar present value is applicable. Similar present value is applicable. So the present value factor is taken. It comes 283.71. 283.71. So this value is going to be added. The P5 is added to the D5. It means what we can have. We have calculated the present value. So this is what the intrinsic value of such securities which are available in the market, which is being evaluated in the market. The B0 is equal to 313.29 rupees. 313.29 rupees. Okay. So this is the multi-period valuation model. So there are a different period will be calculated, will be arrived what is that exact value of that security is being traded based upon the dividend received from the particular investment. It is calculated. The next low growth model, the zero growth model is insisting that D divided by R is only calculated. The intrinsic value is calculated based on the D divided by R is given. So the dividend and the rate is given. The dividend and the rate of return is given. Like for example, the dividend is declared as 20 rupee and the rate of return is given as 10%. Rate of return is given as 10%. How it is going to be calculated? It's like 20 divided by 0.10. It comes 200 rupees, what expected the price of that security in the market. Okay. So it is the 10%, it is 10 divided by 100, we can say it is 0.10. 20 divided by 0.10, you can receive 200 rupees. The price of that security is available in the market. You can take the another example, 25 rupees is what the dividend, and the growth rate is 18%, or the required rate of return from the market is 18%. So with that, we are going for the calculation 25 divided by 0.18. So the 138.88 rupees what the rate it is the price of that security in the market, which is available in the market. The zero growth model is calculated. Zero growth model is calculated. Hope you know that how the zero growth model is calculated. The next one problem is focusing on the constant growth model. We call it as a Gordon model. If the number of years is given, if the number of years is infinite period of time, so with that particular basis, we are going for the calculation. Okay, so it is also simple to that. Here, what we are using both the values. Like we can use the growth rate as well as we use the rate of return. Rate of return here it is mentioned as a K. K is a cost of equity, or we can say it's a rate of return from the investment, expected from the investment. It is given in the particular problem. So based on that, we work it out. Based on that, we are going to do the calculation here. So here also what the important that we need to know that whether the n is given or the n is not given. If the number of years is given or if the number of years is not given in the particular problem, then how we are going to do the work or how we are going to work out in this particular problem. Under that, going to the constant growth model, I'll just the zero growth model. This one, what we have calculated is a zero growth model. These are the set of calculation what we have completed. It is for the multi-period growth model. This is for the multi-period growth model. There are a different period. The dividend are given. The market price is given. So how you are going to calculate the intrinsic value for the different period of time? We can be use or we can be go for this particular problem is what we call it as multi-period valuation. Multi-period valuation models. Multi-period valuation models. Okay. And this particular problem, what we have worked it out is the expected growth is given in the particular problem. But the rate is given, the rate of return is expected by the investor is given in the particular problem. How you are going to work it out? So it is being given in the particular problem. Like first one, what we have completed, this is a intrinsic value calculation, or we are finding out the market price at the beginning of the period. And the discounted the dividend growth model. Discounted dividend growth model, it is given in that the particular model we can estimate based on the expected rate of return from the market. We can be estimate the what would be the growth. It means the intrinsic value of that security is available in the market. So these are the different set of calculation we have completed. Hope you understand this. So here we are applying the discounted growth model, or what we have the dividend discount model, single period valuation model. We call it as single period valuation model. So for the single period valuation model, for a particular period or a given year, we just calculate the beginning price and the end price. So in that particular problem, it will be worked it out. It will be calculated based on the value, based on the information is given. So here the important aspect, the data is given in the problem. It is the dividend declared at the end of the period is given, unlike the market price at the end of the period is given, and the expected growth, the expected rate of return, we call it as R, is given in the particular problem. So based on that, you need to work it out for the single period valuation models. Here the P0 is equal to D1 divided by 1 plus R to the R plus P1 divided by 1 plus R. So formula can be used for the single period calculation. To the power n is not used here because it is to the power 1 is equal to the value. Either you are mentioning or not mentioning, it gives the same value. So the second one, the same, the single period valuation model, if it is given, the growth rate is given, year on year the growth rate is given, then how it is tend to change. It is compared to the rate of return expected by the investor and the expected growth rate. What would be the exact rate in which the securities are available in the market? It is being calculated here. Unlike if in the particular problem, multi-period valuation models are important to know that there are a different period of time, different returns are given by the particular security in the market. It will be taken into the consideration. It will be calculated on the present value. Will arrive that what would be the exact value in which the securities are being traded in the market. So we calculate that particular thing into the consideration. Okay. So in that we have multi-period valuation models. And the zero growth model, it is in that the particular problem, what is given, the growth rate is assumed to be a zero. The kind of the models will be taken, the yield is not given in that particular problem. We can take, we can evaluate that those type of securities based on the available. A simple formula is given. V is equal to, or VP is equal to, here you can take the VP is equal to the value of preference share is equal to the coupon payment or constant income received, or we can call it as D. So fixed dividend is received divided by KE. It's expected rate of return from the market. Expected rate of return from the market. VP here, the value of preference share is calculated as a intrinsic value to the preference share. Intrinsic value to the preference share. It is also similar. So how the equity valuation is done? P0 is equal to D divided by R. Similar to this, we are doing here also. VP is equal to just a change in the variable alone. C divided by, because here comparative to the equity share, what is the difference of preference share? The preference share has some priority compared to the equity shares. Before giving the dividend is being declared to the preference shareholders. Preference shareholders may get the dividend. It's a fixed rate of dividend is being given. That is what the preference share is otherwise called it as a hybrid share. Why it is a hybrid? It has a component. It has a characteristics of both equity as well as the characteristics of debenture. What is the characteristics of equity is associated with the preference share? It is also typically what we consider as a share capital. Is the preference share we consider as a share capital. One thing. In that the way we consider the preference share in the category of equity share as a component, has the characteristics. And whenever there may be a profit, based out of the profit, the dividend is going to be given. Dividend is going to be declared to the preference shareholder. These are the two major characteristics in which the preference share, which is equal the characteristics of equity share, Whereas the characteristics of debenture we can take the fixed rate of dividend is being declared. Somewhat the preference share has been issued. There are different types of preference share. Different types of preference share capital. Either it may be a participating or non-participating, redeemable or irredeemable. If it is a participating preference share or non-participating preference share, you can take the participating preference share. Apart from receiving the fixed dividend, they can be able to participate in the residual profit also. Normally, what we consider the residual claimant, the equity shareholders are the residual claimants of the company. After making payment to all the stakeholders, finally the profit is going to be divided. Finally, the profit is going to be distributed to the equity shareholder. After that also, if there any other portion is available, the preference shareholder, only the participating preference shareholder can be participate. Non-participating preference share is ordinary preference share cannot be able to participate. Unlike redeemable, irredeemable, you can take redeemable has some period of maturity. Has some period after that it will be buyback by the company. Irredeemable means is a perpetual shares. As long as the company may available, the shares are also available. You can be able to make us the preference capital in the company. So what this particular formula is purely for the perpetual calculation, perpetual value of preference share in the market. Simply we can take the fixed rate of dividend, the 10% of dividend is being given by the company. It is the 10% of dividend is being given out of the face value of 100 rupee of the particular company. Then the 10 rupee is constant payment have been given by the company. The constant payment what we noted as a C, what the expected rate of return from the market, expected rate of return from the investor. So based on the risk involved with the preference share, the investor has expected the rate of return from the market. Let's say, for example, investor has expected a 10% of return from the market. Then the 10 divided by 0.10, it is 100 rupees. What? The 100 rupee is what the value of the share in the market. 100 rupee is what the value of the share in the market. So this is the way in which it is calculated. This is one thing. The another one thing over the period of time, what it is calculated, it is like the redeemable oriented C divided by 1 plus K plus C divided by 1 plus KE to the power 2, KE to the power 3, like it is going to be calculated for the redeemable in nature. So how we did for the multi-period calculation, similar way the calculation was done to arrive the present value. So there are two different things in which we are going to do the calculation for irredeemable. It's a perpetual shares has been calculated C divided by R or C divided by KE. C here is a D, dividend, fixed rate of dividend. And it is calculated when there may be a kind of multi-period calculation may happen over the period of time. It is calculated from the dividend, what received over the period, what would be the present value. Based out of that, we have calculated. So this is the thing is related to the valuation of preference shares. That's it. Okay. So any clarification, the valuation of preference shares. So the valuation of preference shares, it is easy to calculate. The C and R or the C and KE is only given. The expected return, what expected return is given. Or you can take it as KP for the understanding of the preference share. What exactly the preference share, what the expected rate of return from the market can be calculated. The next one, what we have the bond valuation and the bond valuation models. So for these bond valuation models, we already seen in the financial management itself. So whatever the calculation we did for the single period calculation, we have yield to maturity, yield calculation, we have. So in those calculation, we have the bond valuation. So the bond valuation, bonds and debentures are the long-term fixed instruments, long-term fixed income securities, the bond returns can be calculated in a various way. It is calculated on the coupon rate, calculated on the current yield, spot interest rate, yield to maturity, yield to call, realized yield to maturity, or the major types of calculation we have for the bond valuation methods. So in the bond valuation methods, we can take prior to the coupon rate, prior to the yield, current yield, you need to understand there are two different, one thing that you need to understand the bond valuation. Prior to the equity valuation or preference capital valuation, you can take whatever the current return received. Based on that, the value is determined by the company. Whatever the dividend is allotted by the company, whatever the constant payment is given by the company to the preference shareholders, depends upon that the valuation of securities or the company is valued in the market. Okay. The same thing that you need to understand from here, the valuation, there are the current yield given by the bond or the current return given by the bond. What is the current return is given by the bond? Either a bond or a debenture. What is the current return is received? What is the current return is received? Hope you know the rate of return. The rate of return has been divided into two categories. One is the current return and the capital appreciation. The capital appreciation is a difference between the purchasing price and the selling price of the security. But the current return is generated by using that particular asset, by using that particular instrument. Let's say, for example, if I'm holding equity share, I am entitled to get dividend from the company. The dividend is a current income. Dividend is a current income. Similar way, you can take example of preference shares. Fixed dividend is a current income. Similar to this part, I'm just talking you about what is current income. So the current income here is an interest generator, interest given by the company for the particular bond or a particular debenture. We can take based out of the interest is given by the company, we can divide the interest into the two major categories. We call it as explicit rate of return, implicit rate of return. The explicit rate of return, the percentage of interest is being mentioned in the title of the instrument itself. It's like 8% debenture, 10% debenture, 12% debenture. RBI saving bond is available in the market for 8.5%. Like the instrument itself, the percentage, instrument itself, the current income is being mentioned, or the instrument itself, the interest rate is mentioned. We call it as explicit rate of return or the coupon rate. Or the coupon rate. Coupon rate is a percentage of interest declared out of the security. We call it as, or out of the bonds or the debentures have been issued, what we call it as a coupon rate. Let's say, for example, the coupon rate of 12%. The debenture is, the 1 unit of debenture is available in the market for 1,000 rupees. Simply, you can calculate 180 rupees what the coupon payment. We call it as a coupon payment. The interest payment, the payment of interest. We call it as 180%, 80 rupees. So it is like the similar way it is calculated. What we have explicit rate of return. And the implicit rate of return, we call it as a deep discount bonds, zero coupon bonds. We call it as implicit rate of return. Like the implicit rate of return, the instruments are being issued in the market at the discount rate and will be redeemed at the par rate. 900 rupees worth of instrument is issued in the market for 700 rupees. So let you can take here 900 rupee worth of instrument. It means the face value of the debenture is being mentioned as par value of the debenture is being mentioned as 900 rupees. Par value of the debenture is mentioned as 900 rupees. At the time of maturity, it will be redeemed at 900 rupees. issued at, the instrument is being issued at in the market for 700 rupees. So the 700 rupees was the issue price. It means that particular instrument has been issued in the market less than the par value. Less than the par value, the instrument is being available in the market. So what the return is given, what the rate of return is being realized by the investor. So what the difference between the purchasing price and the selling price. And we can take the par value, what exactly the par value of that particular instrument. And what is the discount is being given by the company. So here you can take. So you have purchased that particular debenture at the rate of 700 rupee. At the maturity, you will receive 900 rupee. So what the coupon payment you have received out of this? 200 rupee received as a coupon payment. This 200 rupee is going to be calculated in the purchasing price. The purchasing price is 700 rupee. So it is the 200 divided by 700. It is 28.57% is what the interest rate. 28.57% is what the interest rate. It is applicable for this instrument. Applicable for this instrument. Hope you understand here. The par value of the debenture, the original value of the debenture is 900 rupee. It is being issued in the market for 700 rupee. It means what the coupon payment is realized by the investor for making investment into the particular debenture. It is 200 rupees. It is calculated in the purchasing price of 700 rupee. So we'll be receiving 200 rupee out of 700 rupee. It is equal to 28.57%. So the interest rate, the coupon rate, we call it as a coupon rate. It is 28.57, but it is given for the different period of time. Let's say it is not being declared on the particular year. We can say in the particular year if the 28.57% of return is given. But you can take, you have purchased this particular instrument from the market during 28th of September. 28th of September 2021, you have purchased this, the value of 700 rupee, and you will be redeeming that on 28th of September 2024. Exactly after 3 years, you can redeem that 900 rupees. So this is for 3 years you will receive this. So you can take this 28.57% is not for the particular year. It is for the period of 3 years. It is for the period of 3 years you may receive this payment. Hence, what is the payment you will receive? Hence, what is the rate or what is the interest rate will be received out of this? Interest rate will be received out of this. Okay. So simply what we are going to do the calculation, we are going to calculate that what exactly the payment will be received. What exactly the payment will be received. So we can take here the principal amount. We all know that what is the principal amount here. Here the 900 is a maturity value, or the 900 is a face value or a par value of the security. But it is not being issued at the 900 rupee, it is being issued at the 700 rupees. 700 rupees, it is being issued. 700 was paid by the investor. Out of 700, 200 will be received as an interest. Out of 700, the 200 will be received as an interest. Hence, what is the annualized return or annualized coupon payment for the instrument? That need to be calculated. It is not simply we are going to divide 28.57 divided by 3 is not the value you are going to receive. Like you can take 9%, you can take 9.4% or 9.5%. Exactly, you can take it as 9.5%. It's not exact value that you will receive. So the value it will be calculated with the compounding effect. You need to calculate compounding effect. You need to derive the value. So with the compounding effect, if you can take what is the maturity benefit you will receive, 900 rupee you will receive as a maturity benefit. So here the 900 rupee you will receive out of what? Out of the principal amount, what you have invested is 700 rupee. What you have invested is 700 rupee. So you know that there is a thing we apply, the compounding rate of return. For the compounding rate of return, what normally we use, P multiplied 1 plus R to the power n. P multiplied 1 plus R to the power n. Here the principal amount is 700 rupee. 1 plus R, we don't know about the R to the power n. N is here as 3 years. N is here as 3 years. Okay. So here what we are going to do, we just going to calculate this. We'll just have this value of P multiplied 1 plus R to the power n. So here the 700 is in multiplication. We'll just take this 700 to the right hand side. 1 plus R to the power 3 is equal to 900 divided by 700. So 900 divided by 700, it is 1.28, and this 1 plus R to the power 3, here we can have, if this 3 to the power is going to be transferred to the right hand side or moved to the right hand side, we'll take the qth root. We'll take the qth root, or you can take 1 by 3 to the power 1 by 3 to the power 1 by 3. You can take. It is the value is 1.08738. So here we need to calculate the R. R is equal to this value minus 1. So the coupon rate, what is the coupon rate we have received? 8.738. 8.738 or 74 is a coupon rate. It's a coupon rate for this instrument. Coupon rate for this instrument based on the calculation, based on the thing what we have, the annualized interest rate, it was calculated. Okay. Hope you know that this is one particular way in which we have calculated the rate of return or the coupon rate applicable for the instrument based on the implicit rate of return. If it is not being available, the coupon rate is not being available. So how we are going to do the calculation? So this is one particular method in which we have calculated. So once again, I just explained the scenario or the situation. The particular debenture has been issued by the company. The bond has been issued by the issuer with the rate of 700 rupees. The original rate or the par value is 900 rupees. Discounted the 200 rupees, and the instrument is available in the market. At the time of maturity, you will receive the par value of 900 rupees. The maturity period is 3 years. So what here, the cumulative return we have calculated as 28.857%. But what I just wanted to know, what exactly the percentage is being given? What exactly the percentage is being calculated? The annualized rate of return is available or applicable for the particular instrument, for the particular coupon rate. What is coupon rate I'm going to calculate? So the coupon rate is calculated for a particular instrument based on the formula we have for the future value calculation or the compounding principle calculation. PNR formula is used. Or what we have, P multiplied 1 plus R to the power n. The formula has been used. Principal amount, we know that what amount we have paid for purchasing of the instrument or investing on the particular instrument, investing on the particular bond. I have paid 700 rupees. So the 700 rupees plus 1 plus R, I don't know about that. So I'm just going to derive the value of R to the power n is equal to 3, because I have made the investment on 28th of September 2021 and will get the maturity benefit on the period of 28th of September 2024. The 3 years. So the 3 years to the power 3 have been taken. So the value is exactly equal to the value of 900 rupees. So the 700 multiplied 1 plus r to the power 3 is equal to 900 rupees. Hence 1 plus r to the power 3 is equal to 900 divided by 700. It gives the value of 1.2857. After that, 1 plus r to the power 3, here it is in the to the power 3. If I'm going to transfer this to the right hand side, it is going to as 1 divided by 3. Here it is 3 to the power 3. If you are going to transfer this, you may get 1 by 3 or qth root. You can take it as a qth root. If you are taking a qth root, you may get 1.070838. So 1 plus r is equal to 1.0838. Hence r is equal to minus 1. It is, you may get the value of 0.087. It means what exactly? 8.74% is what the coupon rate. So coupon rate. Similar to this, if you are going to do the calculation, you may get the same result. Like for example, you can take the principal amount here as 700 rupee multiplied 1 plus r is 0.08738 to the power 3. It comes 899.9999 rupees. It means 900 rupees. What we can take as the value is approximately equal to 900 rupees. So what in this particular method, how we use for the calculation, we can be able to estimate what the price it is applicable or what the coupon rate is applicable for the instrument. So always what we are talking about, the coupon rate, it is a percentage of return is given on the particular instrument, or the percentage of interest is applicable for the particular instrument. We can be able to calculate based on this particular one. So this is one particular method which is being used for this particular purpose. And this one coupon rate, you know that the current yield, what is the yield is given by the particular instrument. Let's say the instrument is being issued at 90 rupee, will be redeemed at 100 rupee. The 10 rupee will be the current yield. The difference between that, whatever the discount is allowed or whatever the payment is made by the company, we can call it as current yield or the current income received out of the instrument. So likewise, what we have a set of calculation here, the coupon rate is a nominal rate of interest. Here you need to note down the important aspect, how the thing is taken. Here 8.74 is a rate of interest. Coupon rate, I can say it as a coupon rate. But the coupon rate here, what it is mentioned only as a nominal rate. It is not, I can't say it as a real rate, because it tend to change according to the inflationary situation in the market. So normally you know that how to calculate the inflationary effect, how to calculate the real return. So if we are calculating the real return, it is to be adjusted with the nominal return. Let's say for example, if the real return, the market in which it is available, like the instrument are being, it means the inflation is provided in the market is about 6%. It is about the inflation is prevailing in the market. We can say it comes around 7.8, 7.9 is a coupon rate which may applicable for the instrument, because the remaining things like for the inflationary adjusted effects are happened, that we can say it as we have calculated like the nominal rate or the nominal interest rate is calculated, fixed and printed in the bond certificate. It is being printed at 10% debenture, 15% debenture, like it has been printed. It is calculated on the face value of the bond or the par value of the bond. It has been calculated. So that is what, like 1000 rupee worth of bond. If it is 10 rupee or 100 rupee, you can take 100 rupee is given as interest. It means the 10% is declared as an interest for the particular bond. The coupon rate, it is payable till the maturity period. Like 8.34%, you can get for 3 years. You can get the same payment. You can get the same amount of amount you can be get out of the company. For example, the bond with the face value of 1,000 and the coupon rate is 10% per annum. It means till the maturity you can get 100 rupees per annum. You can be able to get out of that. And the second part, what we have a current yield. So how the current yield is calculated? The current yield is calculated, the current market price of the bond in the secondary market is differs from its face value. So it is being issued in the market for 1,000 rupee. 1,000 rupee is a par value, or at the time of the primary market, the instrument is available. But the secondary market, what is the value of this 1,000 rupee bond in the secondary market? The value is different. Like the stock prices, how it is tend to change. Similarly, the value is tend to change in the market. Then the current yield is calculated annual interest divided by current market price into 100. So it is calculated. The current yield is calculated. What is the interest is being given? So you can take the example, the bond with the face value of 1,000 rupees and the coupon rate of 12%. So you know that 120 rupees is what received in every year. So the annual interest is 120 rupees. If the currently that particular bond is available in the market for 800 rupees, hence you know that the current market price it is like for 800 rupees it is available in the market. You can take the 120 divided by 800. 120 is a coupon payment, or we can say the annual interest. The current market price of the bond it is available in the market for 800 rupees. So you can take what is the yield divided by 800 rupees. The 15% is what the return. 15% is what the current yield. It has been calculated. If the current yield is greater than the coupon rate, the 15% current yield is 15%. It is greater than the coupon rate. The coupon rate is 12%. The coupon rate is 12%. The bond is selling at the discount. We can assume that the bond is selling at the discount. Because you know that the 1,000 rupee worth of the bond which is available in the market 800 rupee, it means the bond is available with the lower value. The bond is discounted and it is available at the 800 rupee in the market. And the example what we have taken, the first one scenario we have taken, the coupon rate is 12%. Okay. Second one, the par value of bond, par value or the face value of the bond is 1,000 rupees, and the current market price. So you know that the coupon payment or the annual interest, or we can say is the annual interest. The annual interest, it is 12% of 1,000 rupee. It is 120 rupees annual payment of interest. And you can take the current market price. In the previous problem, it is given as 800 rupee. Hence, it is 800 rupee. We can calculate the 120 divided by 800 is a current yield. 120 to 800 is a current yield. So the current yield is 15%. In case with the same, if it is being available in the market for 1,200 rupees, it has been available in the market for 1,200 rupees. In the case of 1,200 rupees, 120 divided by 1,200, it is 10%. The current yield is 10%. What is a thing that we understand that the bond is being sold? Bond is being sold in the market, being sold in the market for discount. For discount, we can say the current yield, it is higher than the coupon rate. Current yield is higher than the coupon rate. The current yield is here 15%. The coupon rate is 12%. We can say the bond is being sold in the market at the discount rate. The second example you can take, the current rate is, or current yield is lesser than the coupon rate. Current yield is lesser than the coupon rate. At the time, we can say the instrument is being sold in the market for premium price. The current yield is 10%, the coupon rate is 12%. We can say it is available in the premium. Available by the current yield in the market. What price? Or based on the market price, based on the issuance price, or we can say the face value of the instrument based on the coupon rate, what it is being given, we can be able to calculate percentage per annum. It means what the 1,000 rupees is the face value of the bond. Okay, and the coupon rate is calculated. You can take the coupon rate. The coupon rate is calculated. It is like 15% is a coupon rate. You can take. Hence, the 150 rupees what the coupon payment. 100 rupees what 150 rupees what the interest, which will be given by this particular instrument till the end of the maturity period. Let's say, for example, of 10 years. For the 10 years, you are entitled to receive 150 rupees every year. Okay. So normally, what we can take, the coupon rate is calculated. Coupon rate is calculated on the basis of the face value of the instrument. It is being declared. So this is the first one. The second one is to calculate the current yield. Current yield. Current yield. So in that, the part of current yield, how it is calculated. So here you need to know the difference where the instrument is being issued in the primary market. Later on, the instrument may be available in the secondary market. So what is the market value is applicable for such kind of instrument? On the basis, the current yield is calculated. On the basis, the current yield is calculated. So what is the formula for calculating the current yield? The current yield is calculated annual interest divided by market price. Okay. So the current yield is calculated on the basis of annual interest divided by current market price of that instrument multiplied with 100. Can we able to understand that what exactly the rate, what exactly the payment, what exactly the current yield you have received? Current yield you have received. And one more example is given here. The face value of 1,000, the coupon rate is 12%. Currently, that particular bond is being sold in the market for 800 rupees. So you can take the current market price is 800 rupees, and the face value of the bond, 1 unit of bond is 1,000 rupees, and the coupon rate is given in the problem as 12%. Given the problem as 12%. Annual interest is calculated at 12% of 0.12, 12% of face value. Hence, 120 rupees is a annual interest. So it is calculated annual interest divided by the current market price. So it is being multiplied with 100. The 15% is what we can take it as a current yield. 15% we can take it as a current yield. Okay. So this is the way in which the current yield is calculated. So this is one thing. And from this example, from this calculation, you need to know two important aspects. The current yield is greater than the coupon rate. The current yield is greater than the coupon rate. Here you can take the current yield and the CR, coupon rate. You can take here in this problem, the current yield is 15%. The coupon rate is 12%. Coupon rate is 12%. It means current yield which is greater than the coupon rate. Current yield is greater than the coupon rate. It means the bonds are selling discount. It means the bonds are selling in the rate of discount. The rate of discount. We can be able to understand from this particular example. Okay. So face value of the bond. Face value of the bond 100 rupees, and the coupon rate. The coupon rate in the particular problem is 13%. 13%. Current selling price of the bond. Selling price of the bond in the market, it is 120 rupees. 120 rupees. You need to calculate the current yield. Make it fast and work out this particular problem. And report me the answer. Make it fast. The annual interest, it is calculated from the coupon rate. Coupon rate is 13%. It is calculated 13% of face value of 100 rupees. Hence, the annual interest is 13 rupees. Annual interest is 13 rupees. Hence, the 13 rupee divided by current market price, it is 120 rupees. So it is current market price multiplied, it means the total value multiplied 100, you can get 10.83%. 10.83% is what the current yield. 10.83% is a current yield. Okay. And what you need to understand from this value of current yield, you need to know that exactly what happens in this situation. You can take the current yield, you can take the coupon rate. The coupon rate is 13%. Coupon rate given in the problem is 13%. Current yield is 10.83%. Current yield is 10.83%. In this, we can say the current yield is less than the coupon rate. Current yield is less than the coupon rate. It means you can take the bond is available in the market at the rate of premium. Bond is available in the market at the premium rate. Bond is available in the market at the premium rate. A very simple thing that you can be able to make the calculation. Very simple calculation. Whenever the face value you can take, if the particular market price is greater than, you can take the market price, current market price, which is greater than the face value. You can say current market price is greater than the face value. You can say the particular debenture is being available in the market at the premium rate. Or else current market price, it is less than the face value. If the face value is higher, you can take here it is being, the particular instrument is being available in the market at the rate of discount. So this is the first set of calculation, first set of identification, whether the instrument is being available in the market at the premium rate or the instrument is available in the market at the discount rate. We can be easy to calculate that. The another method we can be adopt, the current yield is less than the coupon rate, or the current yield is greater than the coupon rate. We can say that the instrument is being available in the market at the discount rate. So this is a base mechanism we can be used to understand about the particular instrument, whether the instrument is available in the market at the premium rate or available in the market at the discount rate. We can be easy to calculate. Okay. Once again, and one more problem I will give on the same. But for this particular problem, you need to calculate the percentage, as well as you need to interpret whether the particular instrument is being available in the market for discount rate or the instrument is being available in the market at the premium rate. You need to calculate the face value of debenture. Face value of the debenture, it is available in the market for 1,000 rupees, and the coupon rate you can take it as 15%. And the current market price of such instrument, it is available in the market for 1,400 rupees. Make it fast. So annual interest you need to calculate. Annual interest can be calculated. The percentage is being multiplied with the face value, or from the face value we can calculate the annual interest. What's the answer? Whether it is being available. This is one set of calculation you have identified from that. Whereas I just have looked at the problem itself, we can say it is available in the market for premium, it is available in the market for discount. How I can be able to do that? Very good. Available in the premium rate. So the annual interest, it is calculated to 150 rupees. So this 150 rupees This 150 rupees is going to be compared with the market price, multiplied with 100 can get the percentage, it is 10.71 percentage. So we can compare here the current rate, current yield and the coupon rate. The coupon rate, it is less than the current yield. Less than the current yield. Coupon rate, it is greater than the current yield. Coupon rate, it is greater than the current yield. It is the coupon rate is 15% is greater than the 10.71. We can say this particular instrument is available in the market at the premium rate. Available in the market at the premium rate. As zero coupon bonds, or we call it as a deep discount bonds. The bonds are issued. The bonds are issued at the discount rate and redeemed at the par rate. Okay. So here with the same example you can take. Here the coupon rate is not given. Coupon rate is not given. You assume that the investor can get the instrument. Investor can make the investment into that instrument. The instrument is not bearing any explicit interest rate. Explicit interest rate is not available for the instrument. Means the bonds are being sold in the market. Bonds are available in the market at discount rate and will redeem at par rate. Redeem at par rate. For example, the face value of 1000 rupees, most of bonds are available in the market. The current price, current market price of such instrument is available for 800 rupees. 800 rupees it is available in the market. So I can able to calculate what exactly the interest rate, what exactly the coupon rate. It is an implied rate because it is being available in the market for 800 rupees, but the real worth of the instrument is 1000 rupees. So I can calculate the interest rate. The issue, it means the face value is 1000 minus 800 is the issue price. I can able to get what exactly the annual interest. What exactly the annual interest I can get. So this annual interest is going to be calculated from the price in which the instrument is issued. So the rate of return, what it is being given in the particular instrument, it is 25%. It is 25% is a coupon rate. 25% is a this coupon rate. The coupon bond has a face value of coupon bond has a face value of 1000 rupees, and the maturity period for the years of 5 years. If the issue of the bond with the value of 519.37, what would be the spot price? What would be the spot price? That you can able to calculate that. So what exactly the values are given? We can take here the same example. You can take here the face value of the bonds in the market for 1000 rupees, and the maturity period is 5 years. Number of years, the maturity period is 5 years, and if the issue price of the bond is 519.37, 519.37 issue price of the bond. And what is the spot interest rate? What is a spot interest rate? So how we are doing the calculation? Here you need to understand that from the previous calculation, simply we have calculated. So the face value is there. What is the price that the instrument is available in the market? The difference we can able to know that is an implied interest. So in this problem also you can take 1000 is a face value, and the instrument is being issued in the market for 519.37. So the difference is 480.63 is the interest rate. Interest is an interest amount, but this interest amount is not provided for a single period of time. This interest I have received as a cumulative for the different period of time. I can able to realize from the value. From the value I can be able to realize. So for that reason, we just have applied this formula. We just have applied this formula. So it is simple. You all know that the calculation of present value, calculation of present value. How you can calculate the present value? The future value divided by 1 plus future value divided by 1 plus r to the power n. 1 plus r to the power n is a formula which can be used for this particular purpose. Okay, so this is a formula we have used. So here what we know that the present value is 519.37 is the issue price which has been which the value in which the instrument is being available in the market. It is equal to the future value. In future, I have received 1000 rupee. I have received 1000 rupee. 1 plus, I don't know about the interest rate. The period in which the investment is going to be proposed for the period of 5 years. For the period of 5 years. So this is a formula can be used for this purpose to know the interest rate, to know the coupon rate for the deep discount bonds. For the deep discount bonds. So here itself you can take this. So this is the first step. You just subrogated the values. Here the n is equal to 5. We know the n is equal to 5. And what may happen? You just here it is in division. I just have to separate this. If I am separating this 1000 multiply 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power 5. 1 plus r to the power 5. So here it is in multiplication. I'm just going to take this multiplication. It is here I'm going for to the left hand side. So here it is in division. I just have taken it is in the value of division. It is going here as a multiplication. So what is a multiplication? It is 519.37 multiplied 1 plus r to the power 5. 1 plus r to the power 5 is equal to 1000 rupees. Exactly, you know that. So because here the 1000 rupee will be the future value, the maturity value. The present value in which you are going to buy the instrument is 519 rupees. It is going to be multiplied with the rate of interest and the number of period in which the investment is proposed. So here we are going to calculate 1 plus r to the power 5. 1 plus r to the power 5 is equal to 1000 divided by 519. Hope you know this. I hope you understand this. Any clarification? Please ask the clarification. Okay, so simply. So I just do the same here. 1 plus r to the power 5 is equal to 1000 divided by 519.37. 1000 divided by 519.37. The value it comes. Sorry. It is here in positive. It is here in positive, where it is going to the right hand side. The symbol only it is going to be changed. Symbol only it is going to be. No. For a minute. It's 1000 divided by 519.37. 519.37, 1.92. So here this value is going to be take a root of 5. Take a root of 5. You will get 1.13. Hence,
this 1.13 minus 1, you can get 13.99 is the interest rate. Fine. Let I can once again I will just explain the same. Here in this problem, what the information is given. This problem, what else the information is available. You can go through this particular problem. You can go through this particular problem. Go through this problem. You can get the information. It's like the future value of the bonds is 1000. It's given in the problem. It means face value of the bond is 1000, and the number of years you can take, the 5 years is a maturity period, and you can take the 519 is the issue price. 519.37 is the issue price, and you need to know about the spot interest rate. What is the interest rate is being applicable for this instrument? Something. Okay. So in this, how you can do the problem? So the difference, you know that what is the difference of payment you might receive in the form of interest? The 418.60 is the interest you might receive. So hope you know that. So what formula we can apply? We just know the present value calculation. The present value, it is converting the future cash flows into the present cash stream. So the present value is equal to future value divided by 1 plus r to the power n, or future value multiplied 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power n. Any formula we can use. I here used face value divided by 1 plus r to the power n. Here the present value is available because the issue price is a present value. Please understand, the issue price is a present value. Okay. So I just have taken the issue price as a present value. The future value in which the instrument is being available, in which the instrument is being available in the market, in which the instrument is being available, it is 1000 rupees. It is a future value. What here I need to calculate? I just need to calculate only the interest rate. I just need to calculate as R. So for maturity, we can be able to take this as a base for the calculation. This is a base for the calculation. We can take as it is, R to the power n. R to the power n. Okay. So this is the first one. Then what we are doing here, it is in 519.37. Just we are going to take this away. Then it becomes this 1 plus r to the power n we need to calculate. So here, if it is in 519, is going to be divided with the future value. Simply you can take the present value divided by future value. So if you can understand, it's not an issue. Otherwise, how to calculate the spot rate? It is 1 plus r to the power n is going to be calculated. R to the power n is going to be calculated is equal to future value divided by present value. Future value divided by present value. So this is the method to be adopted for this particular purpose. Or else you can take 1 plus r is equal to 1 plus r is equal to the square root of fifth square root of future value divided by present value. Future value divided by present value. Or r is equal to this particular value. It is nth square root of. So the previous problem we have 5 years. That is what the reason I have taken fifth square root of. Otherwise, it is nth square root of face value divided by present value. Face value divided by present value minus 1. Face value divided by present value minus 1. So simply, if you are able to understand, is not an issue. If otherwise, if you are not able to understand, you can take this particular formula for the calculation of spot interest rate. For the calculation of this particular problem, issue price issue price of the debenture of the debt instrument, issue price of the debt instrument is 200 rupees. Face value, you can, I just have written as face value or a par value is 260 rupees. Maturity period is 6 years. These are the three information are available in the problem. You need to simply, I can take this particular, I will just take it out the thing based on the problem. I just go with the derivative method. It is like the present value is equal to future value divided by 1 plus r to the power 1 plus r to the power n. Formula can be used for this particular purpose. I know the present value is the issue price of the instrument. Issue price is 200. It is equal to or the future value of 260 divided by 1 plus r to the power n is here as 6 years. It is here as 6 years. We can take, and here I'm just going to do this problem for 1 plus r to the power 6 is equal to the 260 divided by 200. So 1.3 is what the existing relationship between the future value and the present value. Future value and the present value. Hence 1 plus r is equal to is a sixth root. We need to calculate the sixth root. It means 1.3 to the power 1 divided by 6. 1 divided by 6. And get 1.0446. So R is equal to 1.0446 minus 1 is a 0.0446. It means what exactly? 4.47 percentage. 4.47 percentage is what the interest rate. 4.47 percentage is what the interest rate, which we call it as a spot rate. So this is one specification. We are going along with the derivation method of using present value calculation, or else simply you can adopt this. Simply you can take and adopt this. So here the nth root. So before that you need to take the future value. Future value is a face value. The face value is 260 rupees. Divided by present value is 200 rupees. Present value is 200 rupees. To the power 1 divided by 6. 6 is a number of years to maturity. And after this, you just have to subtract the value of minus 1. Subtract the value of minus 1. You can get exactly the percentage of interest rate. You can exactly get the percentage of interest rate. It is easy to. So till the maturity period, the return is going to be calculated. Here you can know it is a rate of return that an investor is expected to earn on annual basis from the bond purchased on the current market price till the maturity period. Okay. So this is like it is going to be bought from the current market. It is expected to continue till the maturity period. The instrument may be issued 2 years back. The instrument has been issued, but the instrument has the maturity period of 10 years. Today I got the instrument. Till the maturity, I hold the instrument. I will hold the instrument. So the second year I will bought. After the completion of second year, third year onwards, I am going to hold this particular instrument till the 10 years. So what would be the maturity period is applicable for such instrument? such instrument. It is calculated under the yield to maturity. Calculated under the yield to maturity. So simply we just do the calculation, the same type of calculation we just adopt to understand that with a different effect. It is to be calculated. Interest is going to be calculated. Okay. So that we call it as yield to maturity. So when we are going for yield to maturity, hope you know if you as an investor, you have invested this particular instrument, you can invest it until the maturity you can get the value. So it is the easiest form of calculation. You all know that what is annualized interest rate till the maturity you can be able to calculate. But the yield to maturity is calculated, something is different. The instrument is already being issued in the market. You can buy the instrument middle of that or any point of time before the maturity. Till the maturity you hold the instrument, what would be the interest you might receive out of the instrument? You might receive out of the instrument. We may go for yield to maturity calculation. So here the yield to maturity calculation, you have this formula. Is a easiest formula here. What is not given importance? The time value is not given importance. So how it is to be calculated? How it is to be calculated? The ETM is equal to C plus face value minus the present value or the market value of the securities divided by number of years to maturity. Number of years to maturity. So the same WTM you can take from the previous calculation. You can take it from the previous calculations where we have the market price. Where we have the market price. So here we have a market price, 1,000 rupee worth of instrument is available in the market for 1,400 rupees. The interest rate is applicable for such instrument. Like here it is not given. The number of years to maturity is not given. So I'll just give one more problem here. The variable, the important variable, you need to know that face value of the instrument. You can take 100 rupees, the face value of the instrument. Market price, or otherwise it is called it as present value, or it is called it as a value of the security. It is presently selling in the market. Presently selling in the market. So the value you can take it is 120 rupees. That the instrument is being available in the market. The instrument is being available in the market. Or you can take, if example will go for if the price is differ. The coupon payment or the interest payment, if the interest coupon rate is given in the problem, it is like 10% is a coupon rate. Number of years to maturity, it is 5 years to maturity. 5 years to maturity. So first you need to calculate the coupon payment. The coupon payment is calculated from the face value of the instrument. So face value of the instrument is 100 rupees. The 10% is calculated. It is 10 rupees a coupon payment. 10 rupees a coupon payment. Along with that, you're going to get the value. It is future value. It means face value minus market price. Face value minus market price. The face value of the instrument is 100 rupee minus the market price is 80 rupee. Face value minus the present value or the market price divided by T. Divided by T. T is the number of years to maturity. 5 years is the maturity period is given. So it is a 4 rupees. It is a 4 rupees. So here what you can take the coupon payment plus coupon payment plus future value face value minus present value divided by n or t. So here it is going to get the value and FV divided by VV divided by FV minus TV divided by T is equal to 4 rupees. 14 rupees is what the overall return. 14 rupees is what the overall return. So here FV face value plus present value divided by 2, the average value is taken. So the face value of the instrument is 100 rupees. Plus the present value of the instrument is 180. So the 180 divided by 290 rupees. It is 90 rupees. 90 rupees. So the YTM is calculated with the total return. You can generate 15.56% of return till the maturity period. 15.56% of return till the maturity period you can get. So you know that one particular thing we are doing the calculation, we call it as rate of return calculation. Rate of return is calculated with respect to the capital appreciation, with respect to the capital appreciation, with respect to the current income. Current income is a portion of income you have received during the specific period of time. Capital appreciation is a difference between the selling price and the purchasing price. Selling price and the purchasing price. It means you can take from the current market price. It is you can take from the current market price minus face value. Current market price minus face value. Or you can take the buying price. You can take it as a buying price. On the basis, the difference is going to be calculated. So together it is added, you can get the rate of return generated out of the instrument. So the rate of return what you have received divided by or the income received. Simply we can say the income received out of the instrument divided by the average price. Average price. And simply calculate without the time effect, without the time value of money effect, you can easily to calculate the yield to maturity. Yield to maturity. To this, one more problem. Face value is 200 rupees. The current market price is available at the 150 rupees. Coupon rate is 8%. Time of maturity is 8 years. Time of maturity is 8 years. You need to calculate yield to maturity. Calculate yield to. So in this, you need to calculate the constant payment or the interest rate. It is calculated from the face value. The face value of the instrument is 200 multiplied 0.08. 0.08 is 16 rupee is a coupon payment. 16 rupee is a coupon payment. Along with that, you can take the face value minus present value divided by T. The face value you can take the face value of the instrument. It is 200 rupees minus the present value is 150 rupees divided by the T is number of years. The number of years is 8 years. So hence 6.25. So both the value you can take the payment what you have received plus the capital appreciation or the difference between that. In terms of capital appreciation, average capital appreciation. We call it as average capital appreciation. Add these two values. You can get the payment of. You can get the payment of. You have received the payment of. You have received the return of 22.25, and it is going to calculate with the average price. It is calculated. The face value is 200. Plus current market price is 150 divided by 2. 175 is the current market price, average market price. So you just have to take this value. You can calculate 12.71 is a 71 percentage, 12.71 percentage is a yield to maturity. It is again, I am insisting that this value is calculated without the effect of time period, without the effect of time period, because the time period or the time value of money is not given importance. It is simply calculated based on the values. What return I have received, what average value in which the instrument is being available in the market. Simply we have calculated. Simply we have calculated. One more problem I'll just give you. 500 in case. Again, you need to do this. In another class, we'll discuss about there is a market price is high for the bond instrument. But normally we can take the market price, it becomes low. It becomes majority of the time it is less than the price, less than the fees value it is available in the market. It is if it is closer to the maturity period. It is closer to the maturity period. The coupon payment is 12 percentage. And take the years of maturity, 10 years you can take. You need to calculate the yield. Make it fast. First, you need to calculate the coupon payment. So the face value is 500 rupees, and the coupon rate it is available 0.12. 60 rupees is what the coupon rate, and we need to calculate face value minus the market price. The face value of the instrument it is 500 rupee minus it is 250 is the market price. The next face value minus the present value divided by T, 4 divided by T. Here you can take the number of years, it is divided by 10 years, it's 25 rupees. So you can add together both the returns, current return plus capital appreciation. The current return of 60 rupees plus capital appreciation of 25 rupees. Together the total return of 85 rupees. The average price can be calculated. It is calculated on face value. It is 500 rupees plus the market price is 250 divided by 2. 375 is what the average price. 75 is what the average price. So TR divided by total return divided by average price. It is calculated the total return of 85 rupees divided by average price of 375. You can get 22.67% is what the return. Here is the maturity.